Welcome to Upset Ankle Picks with Danny and Junior. I am
Hello,
Junior.
guys.
This is Danny.
I'm Danny.
So we're going to be talking about the results from 272 this past Saturday. We had the fights at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. There was the Kobe Covington versus Jorge Masvidal, Rafael Dos Anjos versus the last-minute sub Renato Moicano, the Edson Barboza versus Bryce Mitchell, Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira, and Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. If you're following along with us, I am currently 6-9 with my picks. Danny is 5-9 with his picks. So let's go ahead and get started with the Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. What did you think about this fight?
Just like I thought it would play out. Spivak wrestling, he was skipping distance, and he was just very patient. And the way he took down, Greg Hardy, it was just brilliant. And he just finished it up quick.
Hardy wasn't ready for it. And it goes back to what we were talking about before. Greg Hardy isn't a wrestler. So as long as it gets down to the ground, Greg Hardy's over. It's really over. And that's exactly what happened. He got him down to the ground, got on top of him, started doing the ground and pound, and he just covered up. They called it first round. So that was fun to start off, right? We definitely saw a couple of knockouts coming this way. So Sergey Spivak was the winner against Greg Hardy. Moving over to the Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira. Let me just go ahead and say, wow. Touche to Alex Oliveira. He tried really bad. Really
to submit Holland, but
he tried to come out and take care of it, but Kevin Holland is just that. He's just that guy, right? He looked good. He looked confident. He looked ready. He wasn't talking. Like what was I telling you? He needs to stop.
Well, he
talking.
was doing this when he was grabbing. But that's normal.
Yeah, but that was at the end of the round, and that was him. He was trying to get submitted, and he was just like, "Nah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're fine here." So I mean, I don't. That wasn't really anything. But Kevin Holland, he kept to the fighting, and it paid off for him. I think that's, and if he stays in the welterweight division, he's going to be a problem. He's super long, so I mean, he's got these long ass limbs. He had a 5-inch reach on Oliveira, 4-inch reach on Oliveira.
He looked very tall, and Alex Oliveira is not a short guy. He's he's a pretty he's a tall guy for the
and then
you got Neil Magny. He's very tall for a welterweight.
Oh yeah, Neil Magny. Yeah, Neil Magny. And he's a gatekeeper. He's fun to watch though too. But Kevin Holland hit him with that kung fu, and he took care of business in the second round. So that was fun. And we saw that happening. As long as he stayed in focus, I didn't see any issues with him coming out with the win. Moving over to the Edson Barboza versus Bryce Mitchell.
Wow.
Edson Barboza versus Bryce Mitchell. And for those of you who missed the initial review, I said it, man. Bryce Mitchell is a beast on the ground. Dude, and he just did work. And he stood. He tried. He attempted to stand with Barboza, and he held his own.
He dropped him.
Yeah.
In the first round. He did drop him, which has surprised me the way, I thought he would just
surprise you.
Yeah. No, well, not surprise me, but it just that he always used his ground skill. That's put pressure on him. But who would have ever thought that he would have dropped, at least strike?
But he likes to test himself. And like I said, he's just like Chucky Alves. And for those of you, again, who didn't watch that first one, that's Charles Oliveira's. I mean, Bryce Mitchell is a problem, especially on the ground. And again, he's getting better and better with his striking every single fight. And I mean, we saw it again here. I mean, he's he's come a long way, especially with his strikes. This went to unanimous decision, and I mean,
Domination.
yeah,
Just
I agree.
domination.
I agreed with this 150%, to be honest with you, because Bryce Mitchell just made it look easy. He controlled the entire match on the ground with Edson Barboza. So again, very impressive by Bryce Mitchell. Edson Barboza is a hell of a striker, and he's super strong too. So the way that he just manhandled him on the ground, very shocking, to be honest with you.
And the elbows that he was landing too. Saw that, right?
Yeah, and he cut him up. He cut him open.
He cut him up. So.
Yeah, and that was
nasty elbows. I was really surprised.
Dude, Bryce Mitchell's that man, dude. I told you that. I told you that.
You could see Barboza, like he was getting it almost reminded me of the Khabib fight, right? When he was getting, tested out in the later rounds. So imagine if it would be 5 rounds, I would love to see.
I mean, Barboza was trying to come back. He was trying to come back in the late rounds, and he looked like he was trying to. Looked like he could attempt it. But Bryce Mitchell's just a problem. He's just a problem in this division.
Don't get surprised if they put him on a fight night event on a 5-round fight.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they put him in a fight night main event. I would not be surprised at all. I think he needs one right now.
Yeah.
Because I think with this, he definitely moves up in the rankings. I think he deserves it. What is he now? Number 11, took out number 10, Barboza. I could see them putting him against number 7 or number 8. Who's that? Featherweight.
Featherweight, yeah. Let's see who the big guy in the rankings. Well, the featherweight division is pretty strong right now. They have in the top 10. Let's see who they have. Well, he can fight
Giga.
He's in the top 10, right? I don't see Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce is.
Oh, I see him, number 9. So they probably put him against either
or Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah, either Yair Rodriguez or Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett is right number 8. So
I think they skip Josh Emmett altogether. I think
you think so?
Either go Yair Rodriguez or Giga.
Okay.
I could see Giga, and that could be a good fight. A very good fight.
That could be a good fight. And if they take that fight right away, and Giga ground skill, right?
I mean, he just really lost.
Yeah,
but he just lost, but it was a difficult fight for him, and it was a hell of a loss.
Wow, the featherweight division is looking beautiful. It's just
it's very nice in here. You got Brian Ortega, Max Holloway, Calvin Kattar. I mean, there's some really good fighters in here, and then of course you got Korean Zombie, who we're going to be talking about next time for the 273.
Perfect.
So yeah, Bryce Mitchell, definitely a problem. I see him.
Congratulations,
yeah, man. I see him going against a number 6 or number 7 for sure. And then we had the Rafael Dos Anjos versus Renato Moicano fight. And in all fairness, Renato Moicano, he took a late sub in, right? I mean, it was supposed to be Rafael Fiziev, and then he got COVID, and it ended up becoming Renato Moicano. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? I mean,
he did took the fight on short notice, but we also have to remember the RDA took the fight on a short notice too, because it becomes a different fight.
Yeah, I mean, he accepted it. Yeah, he accepted the short notice fight. Um, so the problem with this, right, is you had a number 6 in Rafael Dos Anjos, RDA, going against an unnumbered, unranked Renato Moicano. I think it was superbly outmatched. And I think you can argue the fact that Moicano was coming back in the late rounds. And I don't know if I would say he was coming back, but I would say that he had a good chance to win it in the 5th. I think he rocked him a couple of times, RDA, but he couldn't really.
He did land a head kick.
Yeah, but he couldn't capitalize on it, right? I mean, it ended up being RDA beating the shit out of Moicano for 5 rounds, really, is what it came down to. Moicano was a bloody mess. And I think you can argue the fact that it should have been stopped in the early rounds. I think, and I mean, I think even in the last round, I think the ref even said, "I'll give you 30 seconds. See what you can do in 30 seconds." And he did. He tried to come back, but it was just too far gone. I really do think that he's got a lot of heart. Took the fight on very short notice. I just think he was superbly outmatched and outskilled and definitely outranked. So, I mean, but I will say, I think we deserve the Rafael Dos Anjos versus Rafael Fiziev fight after that war that Moicano put Dos Anjos through, because that's a totally different fight, and I don't see that one going to a decision.
You think it'll end in the early rounds?
Oh yeah. One of those guys is going to knock the other one out. And I think it's going to be Fiziev.
You think it'll be official? Oh, okay.
Yeah, to be honest.
We'll discuss that.
That'll end up actually happening. I'm sure we'll end up getting that fight. And that might be a fight night. But I will absolutely do a review on that fight, because I would love to see that fight. I think we deserve that fight. It's the fight we deserve. It's the fight we should have seen. Fuck COVID. I mean, that's all. That's it, right?
Sucks. Yeah, it sucks. But...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a nasty disease. So I mean, it's just.
I mean, we had it. We experienced it. So
I've had it. Yeah, I've had it.
Yeah, I had it. Mean, I was one of the first ones to get it when I first started.
I bet you were. You're probably patient zero.
I mean, I had it, and that day I remember I was riding bikes, and I just felt weird.
I got the COVID.
Yeah, I was man.
So yeah, Renato Moicano, way to have heart, man. Way to have heart, but unfortunately, it's not enough in this game. So RDA, congratulations on the win.
Congratulations.
I definitely want to see a Rafael Fiziev fight out of you, and I can't wait to watch that. And then we're gonna wrap it up with the Kobe Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. Maza not gonna work here anymore. I don't know how I feel about this fight. And I mean, I don't know. I've told you, I think they're both out of the top 5 after this fight. I don't think.
Well, not Cole.
I don't think Kobe Covington's a top 5 fighter. No, I don't think he can. I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can get back up into the top ranks. I don't think he could take the championship away, even if it goes to somebody else. I don't see it happening. And the same thing with Masvidal. I mean, Masvidal, he's a great striker. He's a KO artist, and we needed to see that from him. And I don't know where he is. I really don't. I wish he was there. I wish he was there Saturday night. He almost showed up in the 4th round. but he showed up enough to drop Kobe Covington to one knee for like a split second, and he jumped right
Yeah,
back up.
it was in the fourth round, right? Fourth
Right.
round?
Yeah, fourth round. Yeah, fourth round, because the fifth round, Masvidal just kind of lost it, and Covington just kind of went back to the lay on top of the guy. And I mean, he's not wrong for doing it. It was the easy thing to do to win, to pull out the win. So I'm not mad at it. It's the smart move, but bro, it's not championship material. Neither of them. I mean, I think Kobe Covington should have either submitted or ground and pound him until he's pulp, you know. But you couldn't even do that.
I have an opinion about that. I mean, yes, you're right. It wasn't my favorite fight. I think they could have done better. You know, he dominated the fight with the ground. It's not my favorite type of fight to watch. But if we go way back, right? Every time you see people that were friends, right? And they fight, like for example, when Jones fought Rashad, that wasn't the best fight that we ever seen, right? Every time you see people like that they were close before,
Yeah.
and the reason why is they know each other's tendency, you know, the things that they do wrong. And I think there was a lot of personal bad, you know, there were a lot of bad blood. Even you can tell Jorge, he was, you know, wasting energy, you know, trying to take off Kobe's.
Yeah, there was a couple of big shot attempts.
Yeah, because even when Usman took down Jorge, he didn't look that tired. Like in the first fight, remember the first fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird when I saw George after the first round. I was like, man, he really looks tired in this fight.
So I mean, there's questions that you have to ask, right? Is he hasn't been in the ring since I think it was a year. Yeah, I think it was like 364 days. I think the next day was a year. Something stupid like that. So I mean, where have you been? What have you been doing? Types of things, right? I mean, you have to have those questions, those conversations. Whether Jorge Masvidal was waiting for this fight or preparing for this fight, I don't know. I think it was put together kind of sloppily because these guys have been kind of avoiding each other, right? I mean, it hasn't really been a whole lot of talk about this whole situation since it originally happened back in 2019, 2018, something like that, 2017. So I mean, it's really, you're kind of dusting off old history books and trying to rejuvenate it, right? I mean, that's what it kind of felt like to me. It was kind of forced. And again, Masvidal, where'd you been, man? I mean, I get it. You got kind of embarrassed by Usman your last time around. And before that, you put on a hell of a fight against Usman again, right? 2 times in a row he fought him. The first time he did really good, very short notice. Second time, not so much. So I don't know if he's still in it the way he should be, right? I mean, I feel like after a certain amount of time, and I mean, I hate to say it, I really do, but I'll be that guy. I will absolutely be that guy because I don't want to see him destroy what he's already built. Does that make sense? I mean, I feel like he's already good. I feel like he's probably going to end up being in the Hall of Fame at some point or another. Again, he's got the BMF title for whatever that's worth, right? Because you've never seen it again after that Nate Diaz fight. You've never heard about it again after that Nate Diaz fight. So where's the bad motherfucker, right? I mean, that's what my question is. is instead of going off and doing all of these forced gimmicks or forced matches, defend your fucking belt. I feel like we could be seeing some really good fights. What?
RDA, he called out Jorge, right?
RDA called out Masvidal?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if I would call that a. You could put the belt on the line for that.
Yeah, that's what he said. You know, that's exactly what RDA said. Put the belt on the line. But that would be an interesting match. You know,
it's not going to be an interesting fight because it's going to be a stand-up fight.
It's going to be a stand-up.
Yeah,
because we don't see. Yeah, Dos Anjos doesn't take a lot of people very often down. He uses wrestling, you know, but not like, oh, this is going to be a boring fight. No, he got good cardio. And that'll be a good matchup for.
I mean, I could see it working for him. I mean, I can see that working out for him. I really could. I could see that being a really good fight.
It's a fight. They've been in the UFC for a really long time, and that fight should, you know,
they've both been in the UFC for a very long time. So I mean, it's interesting to see that.
And they both they both jump up weight classes. You know, they both fight at welterweight. You know. He's willing to go up, RDA. He's willing to go up to 170. So he's going to be the smaller guy.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I'd watch that fight. Too. But again, I still think I want to see the Rafael Fiziev versus
Yeah, it's just a matter of time until he comes back, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I could see an RDA fight versus Jorge Masvidal, and you could see that soon. Right? I mean, neither of them really took a whole lot of damage during that fight. I mean, Jorge just kind of got gassed the entire time. He never really took any big shots. He kind of got rocked in a little bit in the later rounds, but I think that was more just because he was out of energy. He was just tired. So I would like to see. I could see an RDA. You convince me. An RDA versus Masvidal. I could watch that.
Me too. I would not get mad if they put that fight together. In my opinion.
Covington. So, I mean, I feel like I need to see Covington do something. Maybe put him against Leon Edwards or somebody like that. But I don't think he needs to be.
How about my boy Kamsa?
No. And you know why? Because he's not your boy, he's my boy. First off, and second off,
that's your boy.
Right?
All right.
Listen. Second off, after 273, Khamzat's gonna be number 2. So why the fuck would you go down to fight number 6? Get out of here with that shit.
Man, Kobe's number 3 right now. What are you talking about?
Is he number 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at the
He's still in the rank. You know, he's still in the top 4, top 3. So.
I don't think he deserves it because again, you have Khamzat coming up, and again, if Kevin Holland
I understand what you're saying, that he don't deserve a title shot right away, right? He has to fight at least 2 people and beat them in a fashion way, an impressive fashion way, in order to get on the title. No, Kobe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Covington,
Covington. I mean, Covington's kind of just like, to me, he's just over. I mean, I feel like he had a great run. He had a really good run. He almost got there. If Usman wasn't here, he probably would. I mean, he was already the.
No, if Usman would not be in the welterweight division, I could see Kobe being champion.
I mean, he was.
Again, it's not my favorite type of fight, just to hold people down. I mean, but you have to say, Kobe, you know, he got a lot better with his striking.
He's gotten a lot better with his striking.
He got a lot better. But, you know, his main focus is just to take people down, make them tired, and just win the round.
And you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the game. And I mean, it kind of we touched on it when we were talking about the preview of this fight weekend. We talked about it when we were talking about Bryce Mitchell. That ground game is a game changer. And we're going to talk about it next week when I talk about Korean Zombie with that ground game being a game changer. So I mean, that ground game is absolutely a game changer. I mean, there's no other way to put it, right? I mean, it's it's a totally another it's a total another aspect. Because I mean, you're taking all these boxers or street fighters, and you're giving them grapple game, and there's so many different things that you can do with that. So many different moves that you can create out of that. Um, and I mean, it's interesting, you know. I mean, it's a lot of fun because I mean, you never know what's going to happen. Because I mean, I would have put money on Bryce Mitchell submitting Edson Barboza, and he just basically just laid on top of him for 3 rounds, right? I mean, he was working the entire time, but I mean, it was MMA 101 basically, right? I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to exploit their weaknesses and use your strengths. And Bryce Mitchell, Chan Sung Jung, which is Korean Zombie, for those of you who don't know, or even Chucky Allips. These ground games are absolutely insane. And I mean, it's going to be impressive to see these guys taking on strikers. You saw it with Chucky. He fought he fought Michael Chandler. Just a slugfest, right? I mean, that's what he does. He shoots for the fences every single time.
And one interesting thing that I want to share with you, Charles Oliveira, you know that he had a problem. He has a problem with one of his eye. He can not see very well. I just find that out.
Is that true?
Yes.
I don't know that.
Yes, he has a disease that he's. Don't you notice, like when he
that makes sense with the glasses.
So that's why he gets hit a lot, because
that makes sense.
Like I don't know if he can see for far away or for up close, but he got problem. Basically, he's blind.
Yeah, and I mean, you've seen the glasses, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you saw it in the last his last title defense. Somebody took his glasses from him. Like I don't know if you saw that or not, but when he was walking back to the
I saw
he was celebrating with the fans and everything, and one of those fucking assholes grabbed his fucking glasses. And don't grab somebody's glasses off their head. That's fucked. But I mean, these are thick glasses. These are like thick glasses. Like I've seen the lenses. And I mean, they look like your grandfather's glasses, right? I mean, they're fucking thick.
Bro,
so I mean, it makes sense.
We have a lightweight champion
who can't see.
Who can't see, and
I mean,
he's finishing out people, man. You imagine if you take that problem away from him, how? Oh my god,
I mean, if you give him 20/20 vision, I mean, he's probably unstoppable. Because especially, I mean, if he stands there and he can actually see the punches coming, he's going to be able to duck and dive, right? He's going to be able to dip.
Yeah, dodge, but as the round goes and you're sweating, that's crazy.
I mean, it's just impressive, man. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that he couldn't.
You didn't know that? I just find that out.
I mean, it makes sense that he can't really see all that well because he has those thick ass glasses. But I never knew it was that bad. But I'll look into that for the next one because he's on 274. Yeah, he's on 274. So with that being said, Covington versus Masvidal went the entire 5 rounds. So that was exhilarating, right? But so we will be back on the next 2 weeks, week and a half. The next fight is 273, Saturday, April 9th, in Jacksonville. I'm tempted to go. I really want to.
You want to go to Jacksonville?
We were talking about it. Saturday night. Evan, me, Evan, and everybody over there. We were talking about taking a road trip, getting a hotel room, a couple hotel rooms for the night. or for the weekend. But no, I think I'm gonna save for a Vegas fight card for next year. I think that's the ticket. So Saturday, April 9th, Jacksonville, the ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. And we have a studded main card, ladies and gentlemen. You have Alexander Volkanovski defending his title versus Chan Sung Jung, which is, again, Korean Zombie. Interesting fight. And then you have Aljamain Sterling, who is the true champion, bantamweight title, going against Peter Yan, who is the interim champion, which I didn't know that they dubbed him the interim champion. He must have just done that recently. And then you have Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha Torres, and Kelvin Gastelum versus Nazardine Imavov. And ladies and gentlemen, just announced Saturday night, for 100% certain, you will be seeing Khamzat Chimaev, my personal favorite fighter currently.
Your boy.
That's my dog, man. That's my dog. Derek Lewis, no offense. Going up against the one, the only Gilbert Burns Durinho. Bro, you have your hands full with Khamzat, I will say. I think it's going to be a very interesting fight. We will talk about that next time. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, have fun, be safe, don't get COVID.
Don't forget to like the video, comments, anything that you wanna know.
Listen to that guy. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to go ahead and comment on it, like it, share it with everybody. And ladies and gentlemen, I, after Saturday night, am 11 for, what's that, 15? So you are what? You're 10 for 15? So we're still both above 500. So if you are following along with us, you will be making money. You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you later. Take care.